Hi everybody, we have just completed the national anthem here before the swim meet between Skyline and Bedford, the women's varsity swim meet. Thanks for joining this stream. We are about to get going here with the first event, which is going to be the 200 medley relay. You'll see on the screen I've got some stake cuts listed for both D1 and D2. My understanding is that Bedford is D2, so the stake cut times for Bedford will be on the bottom. The time on your screen is not an exact time. It's not tied into our scoreboard, but I'm going to try and keep some time for you so you have an idea of how your athlete is doing. And then I'll read out the times at the end as they hit the board. However, please keep in mind to check Meet Mobile to make sure you get an official score or an official time. The lane orientation has lane number 1 on the bottom with lane number 8 on the top, and we will divide the pool in lanes 1 through 4 will be Bedford swimmers, and lanes 5 through 8 will be Skyline swimmers. In the first heat, the 200-yard medley relay. In lane 3 for Bedford, Goots, DeGrace, Williams, and Boiselle. Lane 2 for Bedford, Alamore, Vogel, Al, and Santiago. I'm sorry, that was lane 4. Lane 5 for Skyline, Lee, Nielsen, Gleason, and Gravera. In lane 6, Skyline, the B team, Kozma, Rowley, Sald, and Denninger. In lane 7, the C team of Sloan, Nielsen, McNeil, and Huzel. In lane 8, the Skyline D team of Andrew Vaughn, Mars, Mazza, and Dawson. At the first split, it's Skyline A in the lead, followed by Skyline B and Skyline C. Bedford A takes 4th at the turn. After the butterfly, it looks like it is Skyline B slightly in the lead. Oh, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong time. Skyline A, continued by Skyline B and C. It's very close between A and B at the last split, only about 0.3 of a second separating them. And it's going to come down, the sprint to the wall. Touching first is Skyline A with a time of 1:58.87. B touches second at 1:59.2. Third, Skyline C, 2:05.69. Fourth, Skyline D, 2:20.04. Fifth, Bedford A, 2:22.91. And rounding out our heat will be Bedford B with the time of 2:43.47. Next up, the women's 200-yard freestyle, 2 heats. This will be heat 1 of, oh, I'm sorry, it is not 2 heats. It is only going to be 1 heat, so this will be the final heat. Swimming in lane 3 for Bedford, Lozinski, In lane 4 for Bedford, Smith. 5 for Skyline, Horvath. 6 for Skyline, Kim. 7 for Skyline, Sawyer. And 8 for Skyline, Chim. And again, the lane placements are 1 at the bottom and 8 at the top.
Number 2, 200-yard freestyle. Each one up front. Step up, please. Take your mark.
At the split, very close between Horvath and Kim. Only 2 100ths separate. Smith, actually. Bedford in the lead at 29.26. Hannah Smith continues the lead, followed by Horvath and Kim of Skyline. Lazinski touching 4th at the turn, followed by Sawyer. Hannah Smith continuing to lead. Smith touching first with a time of 2:05.02. Joanna Horvath touching third with a time of 2:16.81. A second with a time of 2:16.81, and Addison Kim touching third with a time of 2:17.4. Fourth is Lazinski at 2:26.52. Fifth, Sydney Sawyer, 2:32.63. And closing out the heat is Simone Chin with a time of 3:28.5. In the next event, we have the 200 individual medley. Swimming in lane 2 for Bedford, Nadia Vogel. In lane 3 for Bedford, Gracie All. Lane 4, Ava Bell. Lane 5 for Skyline is Ali Guevara. Lane 6 is Ella Enrique Shakespeare. Lane 7, Laura Sloan. And lane 8, Olivia Andrew Vaughn. That's the next heat, the 200 IM. One heat, so this will be the final heat.
Event number 3, 200-yard IM. Heat 1 of 1.
Ava Bell of Bedford touching first, followed by Ali Guevara of Skyline. That's at this first split, after the butterfly. After the backstroke, it is still going to be Bell from Bedford, followed by Guevara from Skyline. Closer for third. Enrique Shakespeare getting to the wall just before Sloan and all. Still Bell, followed by Guevara. Enrique Shakespeare holding third. Lauren Sloan in the fourth spot. And winning the 200 IM is Ava Bell from Bedford with a time of 2:17.06. Taking second place is Ali Guevara of Skyline, 2:25.25. Third goes to Ella Enrique Shakespeare with 2:27.50. Fourth, Lauren Sloan, 2:33.66. Fifth goes to Gracie All of Bedford, 2:44.77. Sixth to Olivia Andrew Vaughn with a time of 2:46.60. And finishing out the heat is Nadia Vogel with a time of 2:56.51. Next up, the women's 50-yard freestyle. In the women's 50-yard freestyle, there will be two heats. In the first heat, in lane 1, Jayla Fields. In lane 2, Miranda Nielsen. In lane 3, Lauren McNeil. I think they have reversed these because Skyline should be at the top, and they've dropped these into the spots in reverse. Oh, these are all Skyline swimmers. I'm sorry, that's why. It's all Skyline. Sky Rowley in lane 4. Allie Denninger in lane 5. Ava Dawson, lane 6. Graciela Maza, lane 7. We got a swimmer in the water, so that allows me to complete. Lane 8 is Sophia Mars. Lane 8 will be Sophia Mars from Skyline. Again, lane 1 is at the bottom, lane 8 is at the top. I apologize, I didn't get a good, clean clock start, so we won't have a time running on this heat. Allie Deininger takes the heat with a time of 2:27.28. Second goes to Sky Rowley, 27.75. Third to Lauren McNeil, 28.37. For Miranda Nielsen, 29.28. Fifth to Ava Dawson, 29.95. And sixth, Graciela Maza with a time of 30.05. Seventh goes to Sophia Mars, 33.68. And eighth is Jayla Fields, 45.68. In the final heat, final heat of the 50-yard free. In lane 1 for Bedford, Kennedy Kuntz. 2, Caden Williams. Lane 3, Gabby Pasante. Lane 4, Alexa Faliki. My apologies for any name mispronunciations. On the Skyline side, in lane 5, Lily Cleason. Lane 6, Shannon Lee. Lane 7, Marin Husel. And lane 8, Erica Sald. And since he's probably going to be watching, I think I've got a birthday notice. Happy birthday to her dad, Dave Sald, who is one of our timers today. I heard he turns 32. As always, check an official record. Going to be a very close finish for the first 3 spots. Taking the heat is Lily Cleason with a time of 26.11. Finishing second, Alexa Faliki, 26.25. And third goes to Gabby Pasante, 26.69. Fourth, Shannon Lee, 26.74. Fifth, Erica Sald, 26.77. Sixth is Marvin Husel, 28.85. Seventh is Caden Williams, 29.44. And rounding out the heat is Kennedy Kuntz with a time of 36.59. This will take us to the 1 meter diving event, which will take a few minutes to set up. While they're setting up, I will announce our diving order for the diving event. Diving first, in the first spot, will be Libby Boisella. Apologize for the name again if I don't get that quite right, or it's probably Boiselle. From Bedford, Libby's from Bedford. In the second spot will be Peyton Horning from Skyline. In the third spot, Jamie Santiago from Bedford. In the fourth spot, Jill Vatkevicius. I think it got closer to that way. Vatkevicius. Jill Vatkevicius for Skyline. In the fifth spot would be the spot will be Maddie Robbins for Skyline. In the sixth spot, Violet Schrag for Skyline. And I think I've got out of order here. Is that? Oh wait, no, that's right. Maddie is last. Yeah, Maddie's the last diver. My apologies. A lot of information to process here. That was probably confusing, and I've got a better sheet to read from here, so I'm going to hit that order again. In the first spot, Libby Boisel from Bedford. In the second spot, Peyton Horning from Skyline. Diving third will be Jamie Santiago from Bedford. Diving fourth, Jill Vatkevicius from Skyline. Diving fifth, Maddie Robbins from Skyline. And diving sixth will be Violet Schrag from Skyline. This, of course, is the diver warm-up period, so please bear with us to get through the warm-ups, and we'll start the diving competition. Things have been moving pretty quickly, so I haven't had a chance to mention that there is a comments area associated with the broadcast and a chat area. Please feel free to leave comments in that area so we can understand, or I can understand, how to make these broadcasts better for you as we all kind of struggle through the strange conditions that we work with today. So glad you could join the stream and get a chance to see these athletes doing their thing. Please feel free to let me know how I can make it better. We should be nearing the start of the diving event. I'll be able to, hopefully, if things stay in order, put the dive that's going to be performed on the screen, and I'll be able to read out the scores from the scoreboard. So knock on wood, we'll be able to keep all this in order. The divers, I know, go fast and furious, especially in the beginning. I believe the holdup is that they're struggling with the scoreboard a little bit and trying to get that straightened out. The warm-ups are obviously over, so hopefully we'll be progressing here pretty soon. Again, if you're just checking in, we're waiting for the diving competition to begin, and I think there's a hang up with the scoreboard that they're trying to work out a bug. As soon as they get that fixed, we will proceed on to the diving. Things are looking optimistic. They've got the correct diver on the board with the correct starting dive. So we might be able to proceed here shortly. All right, they are calling the divers to the starting positions, or the ready positions. All right, and they're going to get going. The first diver is Lily from Bedford, and she is planned to do a 102A forward somersault in the straight position with a degree of difficulty of 1.6.
Fourth, Jill from Skyline. Fifth, Maddie from Skyline. And sixth, Violet from Skyline. Beginning round one, Lily from Bedford, dive 102A, forward one somersault straight.
And the scores for Lily will be 5.5, 0.0, I think that's a mistake, and 5.0, I think they've got a scorer's pad not working. The number one judge scored a 5.5, the number three judge a 5.0. The number two judge is just a 5. Now we're rushing. Yes, that second judge was going to score a 5. And I think that's a total score of 24.8. The next diver will be Peyton, diving a 101A forward dive in the straight position with a 1.4 degree of difficulty. For Peyton, her scores 4.0, 6.5, 5.0 for a total of 26.35. Next up should be Jamie from Bedford, a 101A forward dive straight with a 1.4. That was a 1.4 degree of difficulty. It's not matching what's on the board. All right. The Bedford team cheering on Jamie as she's on the board ready to dive, but waiting for the glitches to be worked out. They are certainly struggling with the scoring. I think it's the score pads is the thing that's giving them the difficulty, and they're trying to work out the problems. Well, since we're waiting, I could check the chat. A shout out to Greg Pasanti. Thanks for the compliment. We'll keep trying to bring these to you. Hopefully Greg's still on the stream. All right, I think we're going to try to proceed here and see if the score pads work now. This should be Jamie from Bedford diving, a 101A, a forward dive in the straight position with a degree of difficulty 1.4. Scores for Jamie, hopefully coming up. 3.5, 5.0, and 3.5 for a total of 16.8. This is Jill from Skyline, a 101C forward dive in the tuck position, a 1.2 degree of difficulty. Scores for Jill, 5.5, 5.5, and 5.5 for a total of 1980. Maddie from Skyline, a 103C, forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck, degree of difficulty 1.6. Scores for Maddie, 3.5, 4.0, 4.0 for a total of 18.4. Violet's first dive is a 101C forward dive in the tuck position, a degree of difficulty of 1.2. Scores for Violet coming up. 5.0, 5.5, and 5.5 for a total of 19.2. Beginning round 2, back to Libby with a 51-22D. That's a forward somersault with 1 twist in the free position. That's a 1.9 degree of difficulty. Scores for Libby. 5-5, 5-0, and 5-0 for 29.45. Peyton is next with a 104C. That's a forward 2 somersaults in the tuck position, a degree of difficulty of 2.2. Scores for Peyton. 5.5, 6.0, 5.0, a total of 36.30. Jamie's second dive is a 401C, inward dive in the tuck position with a 1.4 degree of difficulty. Scores for Jamie on her second dive, 4.5, 6.0, 4.0 for 20.3. Jill has a 103C, forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position with a 1.6 degree of difficulty. Scores for Jill, coming 5-5, 5-0, 5-5 for 25.6. Next is Maddie, diving a 51-22D. That's a forward somersault with 1 twist in the free position, a degree of difficulty of 1.9. Scores for Maddie, coming up 4-0, 4-5, 4-0 for a total of 23.75. Violet's second dive is a 103C, forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck, degree of difficulty 1.6. Scores for Violet's second dive 5-0, 5-0, 5-5 for a total of 24.8. At the start of round 3, Libby will do a 401B inward dive in the pike. Degree of difficulty is 1.5. Scores for Libby 4-0, 5-0, 4-0 for 19.5. Peyton's next dive. Look at that. Peyton will be doing a 202A back somersault, straight position, 1.7 degree of difficulty. Scores for Peyton 5-5, 6-0, 6-0 for 29.75. Jamie is going to do a 51-11B. It's a forward dive with a half twist in the pike position. This is a 1.7 degree of difficulty. And scores for Jamie 2-0, 4-0, 2.5 for 14.45. Jill's third dive is a 201C back dive in the tuck with a 1.5 degree of difficulty. Scores for Jill's third dive 50, 45, 50 for 21.75. Maddie will do a 201C back dive in the tuck, a degree of difficulty of 1.5. Scores for Maddie coming. 55, 40, 55, 22.50 for a total. Violet will perform a 401C inward dive in the tuck, degree of difficulty 1.4. Scores 60, 65, 60 for a 25.9. We're starting round 4. Libby will start with a 101A reverse somersault in the pike. Oh, that can't be right if it's an A. That should be straight. There's a mistake there somewhere. Degree of difficulty 1.7. It's a 302B is the reverse somersault in the pike. 1.7, that's what she'll be doing. Scores for Libby. Three zero, 4.5, 2.0 for a 16.15 total. Peyton, a 52.21D back somersault with a half twist in the free position. It's a 1.7 degree of difficulty. Scores 5.5, 6.5, 5.5 for 29.75. Jamie, a 201A back dive in the straight position, 1.7 degree of difficulty. Scores for Jamie 40, 4.5, 40 for 21.25. Jill's fourth dive will be a 401C inward dive in the tuck, degree of difficulty 1.4. Scores for Jill Cumming 5.5, 60, 5.5 for 23.8. Maddie, a 202C back somersault in the pike, 1.6 degree of difficulty. Scores for Maddie are 50, 4.5, 50 for 21.75. Violet, a 201A back dive in the straight position, 1.7 degree of difficulty. Violet finishes the fourth round with scores of 3-0, 4-5, 5-0 for 21-25. On to round 5. We have Libby diving a 52-23D, a back somersault with a 1.5 twist in the free position. That's a 2.3 degree of difficulty. Scores for Libby coming. 5-0, 5-0, 3.5 for a total score of 31.05. Peyton's fifth dive is a not correct on the screen. This is going to be a 302C reverse 1 somersault in the tuck. Scores 5-5, 6-0, 5-0 for a total score of 26.4. Jamie's fifth dive is a 5211A, back dive with a half twist in the straight position. It's a 1.8 degree of difficulty. Scores for Jamie's fifth dive coming. 3.5, 5.0, 4.0 for 22.5. Jill will do a 402C, which is an inward somersault in the tuck, a 1.6 degree of difficulty. Scores for Jill, 5-0, 6-0, 6-0 for 27.2. Maddie's fifth dive will be a 301C reverse dive in the tuck, a 1.6 degree of difficulty. Scores 4-0, 4-5, 4-5 for 20.8. Violet is going to dive a 202C back somersault in the pike, a degree of difficulty 1.6. Scores 3-0, 5-0, 3.5 for 17.25. Starting the last round, Libby's going to dive a... Oh, this is a correction. She's not diving this time. It's going to be a 202A, which is a back 1 somersault in the straight position, a degree of difficulty of 1.7. This was a late change in the diving schedule for Libby. The score is 5.0, 4.5, 4.5 for 23.8. We've got some errors here, so I'm going to read from the board. This is Peyton, not a 101A. It's going to be a 403C, inward 1.5 somersault in the tuck. Peyton, 5.5, 6-0, 6-5 for 39.6. Oh, that's why something has gotten out of order in the processing. That was Jamie with a 102C forward 1 somersault in the tuck, a degree of difficulty of 1.4. Her scores 4.5, 4.0, 4.0 for 17.5. This is correct. Jill's going to do a 301C reverse dive in the tuck with a degree of difficulty of 1.6. Scores for Jill 6-0, 5-5, 5-5 for 27.2. Maddie's last dive is a 401C inward dive in the tuck with a degree of difficulty of 1.4. Scores for Maddie are 4-5, 4-5, 4-0 for 18.2. Our final dive of the night will be Violet doing a not on the screen, a 302C reverse one somersault in the tuck, a degree of difficulty of 1.6. Scores 3-0, 5-0, and 5-0 for a total of 20.8. That concludes the diving portion. I will announce the diving results as soon as they're presented to me. I don't know if when they will tabulate them or announce them, but I'll try to get that through. As always, for both diving and swim results, check Meet Mobile or the websites to get the final scores and standings. They will reset the lanes for swimming, and I see the girls some of them are warming up in the lap pool. We'll see if they do any warm-ups in the main pool. But we will resume swimming shortly, with the first heat back being the 100-yard butterfly. The final results for the diving competition are coming momentarily. As soon as they have them tabulated, I will get a copy of them and I'll share the final results with you. If you're just joining the stream, we have recently completed the diving portion of the competition and we are warming up to get ready to resume the swim meet. The first heat back will be the women's 100-yard butterfly. We'll cover these again as we get closer to the start of the swimming, but in the 100-yard butterfly, we'll have one heat of one. With in lane 2 for Bedford, Gracie All. Lane 3 for Bedford, Gabby Passante. Lane 4 for Bedford, Ava Bell. Lane 5, Marin Husel for Skyline. Lane 6, Erica Saul for Skyline. Lane 7, Sophia Nielsen. And lane 8, Lauren McNeil. As a reminder, we've divided the pool. Bedford will swim in lanes 1 through 4 at the bottom of your screen, and all of Skyline swimmers will swim in the top of the top of your screen, lanes 5 through 8. All right, I have some dive results. In first place was Peyton Horning of Skyline with a total score of 188.15. Second place, Jill Vatkavicius. Total score, they didn't total the score, but she got second. I'm going to have to finish these. We'll read these again after this race gets started, the butterfly. At the split, it's Ava Bell from Bedford, followed by Gabby Passante from Bedford. 4 Skyliners are in almost a dead heat at the top of the lane for positions 3 through 7. And touching the ball first will be Ava Bell for Bedford with a time of 102.5. Second place will go to Gabby Passante of 107.51. Third goes to Erica Sald of 108.32. Fourth, Sophia Nielsen, 108.65. Fifth, Marin Husel, 110.97. Sixth, Lauren McNeil, 111.11. Seventh, Gracie All of 114.50. Okay, let's try the dive scores once again. In first place, Peyton Horning with a score of 188.15. Second place was Jill Vatkevicius with a total score of 145.35. Third place, Libby Boiselle, 144.75. Fourth place, Violet Schrag, 129.20. Fifth place, Maddie Robbins, 125.40. And sixth place, Jamie Santiago with a score of 112.80. That's the diving results. Congratulations to the divers for a fun competition. Next up in the swimming will be the 100 free. Swimming for Bedford in the 100 free. Lane 2, Gracie All. Nope, I'm sorry, that's the butterfly. Let's try this line. This is heat 1 of 2. Heat 1 of 2. All for Skyline. Lane 4, Simone Chin. Lane 5, Sophia Mars. Lane 6, Miranda Nielsen. Lane 7, Jayla Fields. Lane 8, Jasmine Joulette. This is heat 1 of 2 of the 100 freestyle. I believe we have had a strike. Lane 6 appears to be empty, so I don't think Miranda Nielsen is swimming. Hey. Taking the heat in lane 5 is Sophia Mars with a time of 1:13.52. Second place will go to Jasmine Joulette from Skyline in lane 8 with a total time of 1:32.26. Third place to Simone Chin, 1:38.12. And rounding out the heat, Jayla Fields with a time of 1:45.59. Moving on to the final heat of the 100-yard freestyle. Swimming for Bedford in lane 2, Hannah Laginas. Lane 3, Jenna Almomar. Lane 4, Hannah Smith. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Gina Sadler. Lane 6, Shannon Lee. Lane 7, Johanna Horvath. Lane 8, Addison Kim. Once again, as a reminder, lanes 1 through 4 at the bottom of your screen, Bedford swimmers. Lanes 5 through 8 at the top of your screen, Skyline swimmers. going to be very close for the top 4 spots in this race. Taking the split will be Hannah Smith from Bedford, followed by Gina Sadler, Skyline. Setting up for a very close finish at the edge, or at the end. And touching the wall first, Gina Sadler to Skyline, 29.97. Second place, Smith from Bedford, 58.42. Gina Sadler was, sorry, not 29, 58.38. Smith, 58.42, followed by Lee at 59.54. Kim takes fourth, 1 minute flat, 0.27. Fifth, Jenna Almamar, 103.02. Sixth, a time did not register. Seventh, Johanna Horfath, 104.2. And eighth, Hannah Lajeunesse of Bedford with a time of 104.57. The sixth spot was lane 1 with a time of 103.9. I can't see the name on the scoreboard. But it should have been, oh, that would be why. I don't know why it timed. There was no swimmer in lane 1, but it registered a time for some reason. The next event, the 500 freestyle, 1 heat. In the 500 free, swimming for Bedford in lane 3, Macy DeGrace. Lane 4, Ryan Lazinski. I'll give you the Skyline lineup after we get this race started. Swimming for Skyline. In lane 5, Lily Cleason. Lane 6, Claire Kozma. Lane 7, Ella Enrique Shakespeare. And lane 8, Ava Dawson. After 2 full laps, it's Cleason followed by Cosma with Enrique Shakespeare in third. Ryan Lazinski is leading Bedford in 4th place. This will be the halfway touch for our leaders in lanes 5, 6, and 7. Cosma touching first. The split time of 2:36.88. Cleason. I'm sorry, I think I got that backwards. That was Cleason, 2:36.88. Cosma, 2:43.60. And Enrique Shakespeare, 2:50.33. At the halfway mark. Those times at the halfway mark. And Lily Cleason will take the bell lap in the 5th lane. Claire Cosma is still comfortably in 2nd place, ahead of Enrique Shakespeare in 3rd. Lily Cleason finishes the heat with a time of 5:15.82, just a little above a state cut. Oh wait, 5:15.82. That's a state cut for Lily Cleason. Second, Claire Cosma with a time of 5:30.42. Third place, Ella Enrique Shakespeare with a time of 5:44.18. Ryan Lazinski leads Bedford to the wall with a time of 6:33.91. 5th place is Ava Dawson, 6:39.1. 6th place, Macy DeGrace, 6:42.63. The next event, event number 9, the 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 3 for Bedford, the B team of Lajeunesse, Williams, Kuntz, and Boiselle. The A team of Bedford, Feliki, Smith, Pisante, and Bell. For Skyline, the A team in lane 5, Lee, Enrique Shakespeare, Salden, Cleveland. The B team, Sadler, Nielsen, Kim, Horvath. Lane 7, the C team, Rowley, Andrew Vaughn, Nielsen, and McNeil. And in 8th place, the D team of Mars, Chin, Fields, and Gillette. Again, the 200 free relay on the blocks.
Here we go.
Going to be very close at the first turn. And Bedford touches first at 26.69 with Skyline A at 26.94. After the second swimmers, it's the Bedford A team, followed by the Skyline A team. No, the Skyline B team is edging the Skyline A team by 7/100ths of a second. After 3 swimmers, a little bit larger lead for the Bedford A team, but the Skyline A team is gaining quickly. And touching the wall first is Skyline A with a time of 1:45.78. Touching second, Bedford A, 1:46.24. Third, Skyline B, 1:50.71. Fourth, Skyline C, 1:54.40. Fifth place, the Bedford B team with a time of 2:20.93. And finishing out the heat will be the Skyline D team with a time of 2:41.19. That will move us on to the 100-yard backstroke. There will be just one heat, the final heat. Swimming for Bedford. In lane number 2 will be Jamie Santiago. Lane number 3, Jenna Almomar. Lane number 4, Alexa Faliki. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Ali Guevara. Lane 6, Ali Dininger. Lane 7, Lauren Sloan. Lane 8, Sydney Sawyer. And again, as a reminder, Bedford has the 4 lanes at the bottom, lanes 1 through 4, and the Skyline swimmers are in the top lanes, 5 through 8. Touching the wall first at the split is Bedford, barely ahead. Fulke, 31.53, followed by Guevara of Skyline, 31.66. Only 13 hundredths separate the two lead swimmers. And taking the heat should be Alexa Fuliki, 104.74, followed by Ali Guevara of Skyline, 105.31. Third goes to Lauren Sloan, 110.58. Fourth to Ali Deininger, 111.16. Fifth to Jenna Almamar, 116.51. Sixth to Jamie Santiago with a time of 117.25. And seventh place, Sydney Sawyer with a time of 126.22. We're getting down to our last two heats of the evening. Up now is event number 11, which is the 100-yard breaststroke. At the bottom of your screen, in lanes 1 through 4 for Bedford, lane 1, Caden Williams, lane 2, Nadia Volgel, lane 3, Macy DeGrace, lane 4, Hannah Lajeunesse. For Skyline, in lane 5, Claire Kozma, lane 6, Sky Rowley. Lane 7, Graciela Maza. And lane 8, Olivia Andrew Vaughn.
Event 11, 100-yard breaststroke, each one of one.
I've unfortunately missed the time, the intermediate time, so I will just read them out at the end when we get there. As always, the times on the screen are not official anyways. Be sure to check Meet Mobile for the final and official results. At the split in lane 5, it's going to be Cosma with the time of 35.60, followed by Rowley at 37.30 and Maza at 39.95 on the split. And taking the heat will be Clara Kozma with a final time of 116.72. Sky Rowley finishes second at 119.59. Touching third will be Graciela Maza with a time of 124.82. Fourth, Olivia Vandrew Vaughn, 129.63. Fifth, Hannah Lajeunesse, 130.12. Sixth, Macy DeGrace, 131.82. Seventh goes to Caden Williams of 132.03, and rounding out the heat is Nadia Vogel with a time of 138 flat. And as time flies when you're having fun, that'll bring us to our final event of the night, the 400-yard freestyle relay. Swimming for Bedford, again at the bottom of your screen in lane 2. The C team of Kuntz, Santiago, DeGrace, and Lajeunesse. In lane 3, the Bedford B team of Almamar, Vogel, and Lazinski. In lane 4, the Bedford A team, Bell, Smith, Pisante, and Faliki. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Enrique Shakespeare, Dininger, Guevara, and Sadler for the A team. The B team in 6, Husel, Horvath, Sloan, and Cosma. And the C team in lane 7, Mazza, Kim, Sawyer, and Dawson. After the first swimmer, it's going to be the Bedford A team. The time of 57:73, followed by the Skyline A team. It appears to be the Skyline B and C teams in a close race for third place. After the second swimmer, Bedford A takes the turn first. Skyline A off the blocks, followed by Skyline B and Skyline C close together. Bedford B leaves the blocks. Skyline B is gaining on A, but I don't think they're quite going to catch him at the turn. They got one more length. Full lap to go. One more full lap to go. Skyline B appears to be overtaking A. Bedford A is the first finisher at 3:56.41. I got a lap behind on them. Second place goes to Skyline B with a time of 4:03.55. And Skyline A takes third place at 4:04 flat. Fourth goes to Skyline C, 4:23.57. Fifth to Bedford B, 4:37.98. Again, while we're finishing up this heat, it was Bedford A that finished first with a time of 3:56.41. That's only 6 seconds off of a state cut, so that's a pretty good time. And rounding out the meet, the Bedford C team with a time of 5:03.66. So thank you very much for joining the meet. They will have the scores tabulated later, and don't forget to check Meet Mobile for all the official times and the final standings of this swim meet. Thanks for joining the stream. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to improve it for the next meet, and we look forward to seeing you then.